Greetings, travelers! So today, we're going to do a little bit of automation of sorts. As you can see, I'm down here underneath my mob spawning area because I was doing a little bit extra here. What I'm getting prepped for is to filter out armor. Probably going to replace this chest. I need to go get another one, because I want to do something different. I don't want to just trash the armor and tools I get. And I just thought about this after I started, so bear with me. I don't want to store them all, because as you know, you get the weapons and armor and everything from... Oh, they're back over in the warehouse. Let's go over to the warehouse. That can get rather overstuffed, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. Because of every weapon has its own metadata, because its own damage and everything else. I don't want to do that. So, oh, too far. J, I need D. And for those of you that ask, the reason I don't or use the text features, it seems a little derpy to me. Anyway, so you can fill up 2, 3, 4 AE drives alone just with the tools. But I don't want to keep them either, because I have the Draconic armor, I have some really good Tinker's tools. I don't really need those tools, but I wouldn't mind the enchantments. So part of the process we're going to do here is try to filter out just the tools and armor and weapons, because I don't want those going into my storage. And then the rest will go here or over in the other storage. But I want to try and use the Draconic Evolution has a... There we go. Disenchanter. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? The new textures, I don't know exactly. Oh, there it is. Disenchanter. So the idea is I want to put the enchanted armor in here, pull out the book, and try to recycle it so that I get all the enchantments, but don't know if that's going to work right. But I have to go get the mobs first that I want. One of them is going to be a witch. I already have the Enderman, and I have blazes, so I'm thinking I want to try and get the Blizz and Basals. And there was one other one. There's like 3 blaze type mobs that were brought in. Blitz, Blaze, or Blitz, Blizz, and Basals. I want to try and get those. That way, I can put 2 here, 1 here in the witch. And then the other 2, haven't quite decided, but while I'm getting the other 4, we'll try and decide on what we want to do with these 2. Don't really need gunpowder or flesh for that matter, because if you look, we have 13,000. Gunpowder's not a problem, because one of the things that I've got that's going on ends up making gunpowder, so I'm not too worried about it. I get bones from the wither skeletons. Don't really need arrows. So, you know, we'll decide as we're doing it. But let me go do some hunting, and when I find mobs, I will come back with each one, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I found a Coven Witch. Okay, so that's not what I expected. I just saw witch. I don't have a familiar. And looks like my cat has decided to come visit while I am playing today. Well, poison. Let's see. So part of what I'm looking for, and I've also decided I want to do other than witches, and I'm in an ominous wood, so I'm hoping to have a better chance of finding the witches here. But I'm also looking for potentially pecks, because, and I had to wait for night. Looking for pecks because I think that, if it works, could be a good source of mana beans. And I figure what better location to find them. Oh, blue slime. Why are you just sitting there doing nothing? Why am I, what's hurting me? Oh, and look, I got a blue slime mob soul. That may be a possibility, but not what I'm looking for. Put my axe away. While I was looking around, I decided I needed some more silverwood and witchwood, so... But part of the reason I had to wait for night... Oh, didn't even notice that was here. Somebody else has, apparently, though. So, let's kill it. Make it dead. Anyway, nighttime, because, you know, mobs tend to only come out at night, especially blizzes, which is what I am coming up here to hopefully... Oh, we're still not quite dark. I thought it was. Don't need chickens, don't need cows. Oh, blizz, there we go. And of course, no. We're gonna put that in there. Blizz rods I can use, but not quite what I'm looking for. So we'll just leave those there. I know I have other mana beans, so we are just going to continue looking. So anyway, I just wanted to come back, give you an update. Did a little bit of wood hunting. Now that it is nighttime, getting there, I'm going to continue to hunt for the other things I'm looking for, and we'll be back in a moment. Alright, so first thing, we've already got our peck. So we're going to see what this ends up spawning in the spawners. Hopefully it won't crash the server. Also got an Enderman, which I think is one of the other two. So that's the two. Now we just got to find the witch and the blizz blaze, or blizz basalls, that, all that stuff. They're a good source of mana beans. Don't come up on me like that. So I'm just trying to follow the red symbols on the map and see if any of them lead me to a witch. I see pecks. Zombie dogs, skeleton dogs, and bad guys. Anyway, so if I can get the witch, you know, go for blizz, because hopefully some spawn up here, because that's part of the problem. They have really low spawn rate apparently. I found 2 so far, and that was it. See, they should be spawning up here. And they're not. And I got everything but... Come on, really, guys? Spawn already. Alright, well, anyway, I'll be back again. Just a moment. I'm going to see if I can find blizzes and or witches, and we'll go from there. Alright, welcome back. Alright, so I couldn't find the witch, but I did have some of their stuff in hand. So part of what I want to do is set up these boxes here for some of the items that I will probably be getting. I just gotta check. Okay, don't have that one in there yet. I'm trying to make sure all my mob drops stay over here. The only exception is going to be clay, because one of the other things that I got was clay golem, and they drop clay, of course. So I intend on using them for an infinite source of clay. So this drawer will be that. But I'm also trying to think what else. The reason I have fuddy carts, I did a little bit of reconfiguration of my AE system too while I was off camera. I need one more. Well, we got a chest here, so that actually will be okay. So let's go try the peck first. We're gonna do the odd ones here. So go peck. And I'll have to upgrade. There we go. Let's kind of watch it and see what happens. Come on, spawn already. Or maybe not. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, that's right, I did have two, didn't I? But I put one away. Come on. You're on, because this is off. Oh. Okay, so they're working. Definitely gonna have to upgrade speed, but why are you not spawning? See what we got from that. Should have been clay at least. Arrows and gunpowder. Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I want to sit here and wait and see what happens, because those pecks should be spawning and they're not. So, be right back. Welcome back. Okay, so it was ignore spawn requirements. As soon as I did that upgrade, they started spawning. So went ahead and just upgraded all of the spawners, those two spawners, to max tier, and also ignore players, so I don't have to be here. So part of the changes I made though was I added these 3 ME chests with drives. Right now this one's empty, of course. These drives specifically are to prevent backlog. I have 2 quarries running, one in the Underdark, one in the Nether, and occasionally they find the random building spawns and stuff, and most of the bulk stuff, that's why you see the colored frequency bricks, those are from that. The problem you get though is when you get things like the doors and little bits and pieces. So I just went ahead and put all those in the put chests in for that, so that if I get any of that, it won't backlog. Plus I can go through here and see, do I have something that looks like I need to store somewhere in my main system, or do I just want to continue to put this into the into the warehouse, which for the most part it looks like it's going to be warehouse work, but we'll see with that. But got those done, got them working. I've got them shut off right now because I don't want to overload the chest that I'm using to test, but I figured I'd come back so you can see what it... Oh, I did find one other problem. They seem to like to spawn, the mobs were spawning in the area above because there was a 2-3 block gap above them. Oh, wrong way. I was going the right way in the first place. Anyway, so I had to go through, and because obviously 2 blocks is what it checks for. So, let's see, go here. You can kind of see it in there. I've used some covers to kind of close up the absolute smallest amount of space for the wire to get through. I still got to do the ones down here on the bottom, but got the pecs now. They're turned off. That's why you see the things stopping. Same thing with the clay golems. But now it's time to go down and see what we got while it was running, so that we can start working on... Oh my goodness. Okay, so we need this, and let's go with this, and with that first filter I should now be able to turn this on, and that's not working. Whitelist. Put all that stuff back to make sure that's not what I wanted to do. And somebody went speeding by. And this here. And we'll add the bow as well, which means the bow should now come through. Excellent. Let's do an iron sword, iron pick. We'll do the stone axe to test for metadata. And let's do that. I'm going to end up having to do more because there's only so many spaces. And good, the axe did come in. Beautiful. But I went with resonant because of the sheer amount of space that it has for filtering. I mean, you get 15 spaces, so that'll be perfect. I'm just wondering if I do... Well, I got it ignoring NBT and metadata, so it should still pull leather and everything out. Because ultimately this chest will go here. Now, once we know everything's working, then we'll replace the diamond chest with the ender chest so that everything gets pulled out like it's supposed to. And we got a lot of clay, so that's gonna... The mana be... Oh, what do we want to do with the gold coins? Well, you know, we're gonna be getting a lot of those, so we're gonna count that as a mob drop. Might as well do... I think we have the arrows already. Knowledge fragment. Got gunpowder and got miniature red hearts, I think. Miniature red hearts, gunpowder. What was the other one? Arrows. Oh, yep. Got those. So, over here, we're going to do that. And the coins. And the upside is, I can move this one over to here. Once that one's full, then we can put that over. For now, let's go ahead and empty this out. Because I still want to get a witch. And the Blizz and Blaze and, you know, all those guys. Although I guess honestly, well, let's take a look. Blizz. What are the uses on that? Blizz powder. That's it. So that was the only item. Alright, so what about Basal's powder, but what does it get used for? Petroleum dust. That's a new one. Alright, well. So do you want to get Blizz, Basals, and Blitz. As well as the Witch. But the problem is now we have... Well, no, we have 4. So... the issue here is I don't really need that because here's a funny thing with this mod pack. You know, your typical, farm for ender pearls and everything, but there's this funny little dust that you get while mining, and let me go sort order. Where is it at? This stuff, ender dust. It makes ender pearls. I've already got it auto-crafted, so really don't need ender pearls or any kind of ender pearl farm. So don't need enderman. The zombie soul or zombie flesh don't really need, but I've got, I think I'm pretty well capped on that one too. Yeah, right there, zombie. Well, it says zombie brain, but you can see rotten flesh. So that's the zombie flesh. The spider's pretty much just string, and that one's going to be slime, which, maybe. So I'm thinking I need to, I'll put those away. But let me show you a top tier on these spawners. Let's go turn them on so you can see. That one. I don't need any clay right now, so we're just going to turn the pecs on. And the nice thing is it randomly spawns them, so I get all the different ones, but that's tier 3. Just look at that. They're spawning like madhouse. Now I gotta do something about the EXP. That's gonna be something. I'll run a couple of tests and see what I can come up with, but probably something I'll do off camera because it'll be real basic. Just gonna probably put in the hoppers, the vacuum hoppers, but we'll see what happens. Because you can see it generates a lot of experience balls. No way to pick it up I've been talking to Brandon with Draconic Evolution to store the EXP, but the problem is that the EXP, you have to choose one type of XP, liquid XP or whatever, so I'll talk to him, otherwise we'll figure out some other way to do it. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I know, I apologize, last weekend and this one were a little bit shorter than normal. I'll probably go and try and find a witch as we go next, because like I said, I want the witch, I want the basals, Blizz, and Blitz. So I'll have to go work on those, and probably a little bit on the experience. Boy, howdy is that. Let me go turn that off. Yeah, I can feel the FPS already. So hold on a second. Oh, and it looked like one escaped. Don't want him to escape. Oh, and of course, he's... Wow. You gave me nothing. Let's go pick up the experience. Anyway, so... stand here in my experience balls with my draconic sword and weapons and everything else. I can't do first person. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, back. There we go. Right in the middle. Thank you guys for coming by. Hope you had fun. Got a couple of little automation things I'll do in here since I'm going to start using it more and more. Before I hadn't worried about it because I only had the wither skeletons and I only use that when I need nether shards. I got a few right now. So thank you guys for coming by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Really keeps things going. And you guys have a great day.